Hello there, it is Pete over at the Samplist, and today we are checking out Slower from E-Instruments. E-Instruments are once again showing that innovation and brilliant concepts lead to wonderful results. Slower is a library full of pristine sampling and vast sound sources that have been recorded through 4 dedicated tape machines at half speed and drop down an octave. The result is a magical musical palette that takes timbres we all know and love and flips them on their head. With warmth, character and nuance, this huge composing toolkit will give your scores at something a bit different. Slower downloads at 39GB and has been recorded in 24-bit 48kHz resolution. It runs in the free Contact Player and is NKS compatible. It currently sells for €149. In this video, we're going to check out the sounds of Slower and have a good root around to see what this wonderful idea and concept is all about. And then I've put it into the all-important composition. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank E-Instruments for sending over a copy of Slower. While we get the libraries for free, it doesn't in any way influence our thoughts, ideas, or conclusions. We are just working composers giving you our insights. So without further ado, let's jump into Slower. And here we go, we have Slower from E-Instruments loaded up in the free Native Instruments Contact Player 8, but please note this is also compatible with Contact Player 7. There are 230 presets in Slower, and they can be accessed from the Contact Preset browser, but also inside the Slower GUI itself. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to just stay inside Slower, and the GUI looks amazing. I love the color scheme, the layout, everything is clear, it pops, and I found the learning curve not to be too steep at all, in fact hardly steep, because the instrument design is so good, it's just so intuitive. So wonderful design. Now before we start looking at the presets, we need to understand what the tape does and the effect it has, because there are 4 different tapes. So I'm just going to play a synth patch called Sinistring. It sounds lovely. If I bring up the mod wheel, you can hear the tape effect just enlarged, as it were. There we go. Played quite a few octaves there. Now, that's the studio tape. Just going to bring the mod wheel down. Here is portable. Here is cassette. And here's dictaphone. And back to studio. So they all sound different, and that's important because when we go into the preset browser, you can actually filter by which tape machine you want to use. You can also filter by instrument and mood and character. So we've got acoustic piano, electric piano, rarities, strings, horns, flutes, guitars, and synths. So these are sounds we've all heard, but because of the processing through the tape being played at half speed and dropped an octave, you get lots of different sounds. So let's start off with some acoustic piano. And the first one is Piano Nostalgia. Okay, it sounds absolutely lovely. You can hear those different artifacts. If I bring up the mod wheel, it's going to sound a bit more wobbly. So I'm going to turn that down. It sounds awesome, don't get me wrong, and it's such a cool effect. But just for the purpose of playing this patch, because I want to show you the range. The range is incredible. So we've got a low C there. It goes down to a low A. Really low. And then it goes up to this high C. Yeah, it's brilliant. But I'm just going to go back to the normal range. Now, let's just load up another one. Daydream. And let's go for resonances. Yeah, some serious bass there. Love it. So that's Shiva's piano. Now, there are lots of different design sounds going through here. And of course, you can filter by them. But I'm just loading up different sounds. This sounds very designed. So we're on electric pianos. Lovely. Let's go back to the top. It's gorgeous. Let's do one more. Could go a little bit higher. I love the release. Yes, beautiful. Really is. Got some rarities. Falling Snow. I mean, that is gorgeous. It really is. So, while tape sounding instruments are often associated with lo-fi, I would regard this as very, very cinematic. It's a very, very interesting composing tool. Let's go into strings. So long pom. It sounds like a B-movie spaghetti western to me. Yeah, that sounds so cool. And these are the sounds I look for. Just something a bit different. Yeah, it's very, very fun. I'll just do one more wire. Let's turn up the module. That's so good. Just different, isn't it? Now I'll go play Crumpled. Yeah. Really interesting sounds. And the design is absolutely brilliant. So there is a dedicated effects page, which I will flick to a little bit later. Next. Got a Brahm. Yeah, it's playing with the mod wheel a little bit there. It sounds brilliant. I've got flutes. Da flute. Lovely. Oh, that was loud. That was a loud one. Lovely. Not so loud. I did press that quite hard. Yeah, these just sound lovely. They've got some guitars. A lovely sounding bass there. Oh, that low end. That's so good. That's growling. Lovely. Harmonics. Yeah, so you spent ages just playing around Absolutely love it. Now, let's go to the synths. This is actually one of the first sounds, and I had to throw it in the composition, and I love this sound. And then with the mod wheel. I just love it. It has film score written all over it. End of Days. It sounds brilliant. Now, for retro scoring, underscore, for cinematic work, for something that bit different, electronic work, ambient music, I mean, there's so much content in Slower. You're going to find something just wonderful that you will want to throw into your compositions and sort of just change the timbres of, well, for me, for what I usually make, it's all about changing the timbres and switching the sounds up and sounding cool. Now, Slower has these other pages at the top, so I'm not going to spend ages going through them, but you can see, we've got envelope, for example. We've got the LFOs, and then we've got effects, and then we've got some settings as well. So feel free to check out eInstrument's own videos. Of course, they go into depth. We don't want to replicate what they're doing. But yeah, it's a very intuitive instrument. Lots and lots of controls, which is wonderful. You can also adjust the macros down here as well, which is cool. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. So that is Slower. Now, I've put it into a composition. And I say that is Slower. That is a very tip of the iceberg of Slower. There is so much content. So I've put it into a composition, and I thought, because I keep mentioning about changing things up and different timbres, I've composed something that I've done hundreds of times before. I do a lot of sort of tension, crime, underscore, sort of 4 chords and playing some melodies and, pretending that you're catching someone who's been a bit naughty. There we go. And I wanted to see what effect it has, because Slower has this amazing timbral shift and timbral effect of taking sounds we know and sort of turning them around. And I've used only Slower on this track, apart from a boom, which I got from somewhere else, and the percussion I got from elsewhere as well. So you can hear the diverse ranges of sounds, or diverse range. And I also wanted to build it up, so the kind of tape effects come in as more instruments arrive and it gets more dense and thick. So yeah, let's check out the composition, and then I'm going to talk about my closing thoughts about Slower. But I have to admit, I've had such a great time with this instrument. It's just one of those, isn't it? It's something that little bit different, and it's really, really fun. So anyway, let's check out the music. And here we go, we're at the closing thoughts section of the video, and we're talking about slower from E instruments. Now, I'm still grinning from the composing experience, and why am I grinning? Well, here's the thing. Slower takes timbres we all know and love. Piano, guitar, woodwinds, brass, strings. The sampling is absolutely perfect, but obviously going through the 4 different tape machines and then bringing everything down by an octave, it takes the timbres we all know and love and it flips them on their head. It gives them different qualities. It creates this whole new palette of timbral ideas and different sounds and instruments we can use. And then of course the processing is absolutely brilliant. It ranges from just gorgeous sounding instruments. I love the pianos. I love the electric piano content. Just the strings are incredibly lush. You know, these are standouts, and they just sound fantastic when they're under your fingers. But as you dive more and more into the library and you start playing around the mod wheel and the different effects, the full capability of this sort of process method is absolutely incredible. We got, again, all these nuances, sometimes some imperfections, this character coming through, and there's nothing quite like it. Now, I have used tape plugins before, and I tried to, when I was sampling using some live tape and just giving it an idea, like, you know, just trying different things out. But now for €149, you have this fantastic composing toolkit that sounds like no other. It's really, really unique, and it's really, really fun to work with, but the sounds that you get are just incredible. And I love my composition because, yeah, I do a lot of kind of like crime and mystery and underscore, and that's kind of what I was going for, kind of like a bit of a hybrid. And it just gave it this character. Like, it's wonderful. This is why I'm grinning. I just love the sound of it. And of course, I've listened to the demos on the E Instruments website, and it has that same character and that same sound. And it's something you're just not going to get elsewhere. So for me, the content is massive. The processing is massive. The tweakability is unbelievable. The whole concept behind the library is wonderful. And do I recommend it? My goodness, yes. If you want something different, if you want to broaden your composing palette, Slower really is a library that you should consider. There we go, that is my recommendation. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank E Instruments for sending over a copy of Slower so we could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video, and of course drop us a comment. What do you like about the instrument? Have you already picked it up? It's been out for about a week and a half, I believe, and maybe you've been composing with it. What do you think? Let us know. Let's get chatting about Slower. And of course, if you've not done so already, please check out our other videos. We've got over 330 and counting. There's lots more coming your way. And please, 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 if you've not done so already, hit that subscribe button. It takes 5 seconds. Go on, reach over for your mouse or tablet or phone, pointy finger, and click subscribe. The reason being, we don't have any kind of sponsorship, affiliate links, any advertising deals. We just love making these videos for the composing community, and of course for the developers, because their hard work, it's absolutely amazing, and we are really, really lucky to be able to showcase what they've been doing. So until next time, without further ado, no, not further ado, just until next time, have a great day and keep making that beautiful music.